In the longer term, we need to carefully observe the real estate prices in densely populated apartment complexes in big cities, because these urban apartment complexes are the most vulnerable to infectious diseases. If somebody is confirmed to have coronavirus, hundreds of people who live in the same apartment complex will panic. Experts are already predicting that a growing number of people will prefer houses and townhouses over apartments, and the demand for real estate in suburban areas and new cities will increase. Another factor contributing to relocation is the change happening in the way people work, at home rather than in an office. Where to live and how to raise our children are important questions that will impact our future. In a transitional time like this, many people make decisions about the future based on formulas of the past. They follow formulas of the past because they are proven and the future is uncertain. But unless you apply new formulas, those of the past might not give you what you are looking for. The choice you make for your child's sake might become an obstacle to that child's future. And that important investment you make for the future of your family could result in a big loss. Nobody is left untouched by the evolving formulas. Everyone, even those who aren't in charge of huge businesses, need to know how to understand the new context. We each need to be able to quickly understand new formulas and calculate the variables. You must make choices and design a new life based on the changes that you predict will happen at least 1 to 2 years from now. There is no need to be frightened and intimidated even before you have a good idea of what is looming in the future. We have all already overcome countless difficulties while making a living. Each time we have hit a bump, we have kept moving on nevertheless, while learning, changing, sustaining, and even growing. It is a challenge worth taking up, even though it is nerve-wracking and burdensome, because, after all human affairs are created by humans. Declare I won't instead of I can't. There are a significant number of readers who have already been hit hard by the coronavirus crisis. There is something that I really want to tell those who have been affected by the crisis and can no longer do what they used to. If you think that you can never go back to the pre-coronavirus days no matter how hard you try, stop telling yourself, I can't. Instead, declare, I won't. About a month after the coronavirus pandemic was declared, I told my employees, from now on, I am not speaking to audiences, not because I can't, but because I won't. For the first month after requests for my speeches stopped, the words I most frequently said to people were, I can't make speeches because of the coronavirus. Every time somebody asked me how my speaking business was going, I repeatedly answered, I can't. Then, at one point, I became irritated with myself. I thought saying, I can't is what victims say. It means that I was a victim of the coronavirus. It robbed me. It is an answer that shows no commitment to finding a solution. I had been saying that for a month, and it was enough already. So I changed my answer. I started saying, I decided not to go and make speeches because, for one thing, the coronavirus has made it difficult to bring a group to one venue, and also because I don't want to create a potentially dangerous situation. After declaring to the world that I wouldn't be making speeches anymore, my employees and I started searching for alternative ways to keep the company moving without my speaking engagements. With a new outlook, the answers started coming to us. And the same formula can be applied to your business and your life. The first step to rebooting your life after the pandemic is to shift your perspective from I can't to I won't. Just by changing our view of ourselves as powerless victims to empowered problem solvers, we find alternatives on our own. We cannot lose our firm grip on our lives under any circumstances. Let's not lose to the coronavirus. Let's declare with pride, it's not that I can't, it's that I won't. And I bet you I'll resolve and overcome this crisis with my own power. Part 2. 4 Life-Changing Reboot Formulas. Now the turbulent times have passed and we can breathe a little. Consumer spending that has remained frozen like ice is now breaking up and melting. Stores that have been closed are now opening their doors and getting ready to welcome customers again. Time that had paused for a while has started moving, and the post-coronavirus world is emerging. Is your store, business, or service 100% ready for it? Chapter 4. Reboot Formula 1. On Tact. An email from California. For the first time in what seemed like forever, I received a request to give a speech for an audience. My excitement was through the roof. How long had it been since the last time I was asked to speak? Unfortunately, reality brought me back to earth almost immediately. Speaking in front of an audience was out of the question at a time when social distancing was mandatory. What's more, it didn't feel like the right thing to do. What if somebody was confirmed to have contracted coronavirus at my event? Just the thought of it was scary. I held back my excitement and told my staff in charge,